Email is changing again, and most professionals are losing about 2 to 3 hours in a given week just on these three things. The first one is that you're searching your inbox for the right email. The second is you're replying to emails with context that may be able to be provided with an AI. And the third is that you're triaging your inbox manually, and that can be quite overwhelming sometimes. And the new belief is that this isn't just a folder system that we introduced to fix this, it's something called an email AI assistant. And I've picked out some of the best ones on the market, the ones to work and help you to match it to your inbox. All the links will be available below, and I'll make sure to secure any special discounts with these guys linked below, so do check it out there. This video today is kindly sponsored by Setapp. A little bit more about them later on, but let's just dive in. The first one on the list is called Fyxer. I checked out this app probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it has radically changed. It's got a new branding, the team have got lots of money coming in, and they've been on quite a growth journey. Now, what makes Fyxer different? I guess it helps to draft replies matching the tone of your voice inside of emails. It helps to auto triage your inbox by having organized sections like to respond and marketing or pitch, whatever they may be. And finally, it has a meeting note taker which joins your meetings and helps to use that information to help reply and produce that auto draft. So this one's slightly different because it plugs in through a browser extension, which means you can use it with Gmail or Outlook on web. And a lot of people like the fact that it's quite easily accessible for many people. Now onto the pricing, but I just want to caveat with the majority of tools on this list are probably between that $15 to $30 mark at the bare minimum. And it's because these type of tools obviously save you a lot of time, so it's important to note that. So this application has a starter plan and a professional plan. The starter plan is $30 a month and the professional plan is $50 a month. They have a 7-day free trial, and if they manage to secure a better link with us or a special rate, then you'll find it linked below. The starter plan is limited to one inbox, and the professional plan does unlock the note taker and other abilities, so just be aware of that. So who's this best for? To be honest, Fyxer is like a good all-rounder. It's one that is good for Gmail and Outlook users that want to take their management to the next level. I tend to find joining calls these days, Fyxer's coming up more often. It's because teams want something they can plug and play with, especially if they're already in the Google Workspace or the Microsoft 365 universe. Next up on our list is Superhuman Mail, and this is my go-to one, and I think there's a lot of reasons why it is a great, robust AI option. So this one is really for the speed-obsessed power user of email. I tend to find that I am on email probably about 2 hours a day, both on mobile and on the desktop, and I need something really fast and easy to use. And for me, that's having a Mac app and an iOS app. It's also available on Windows and Android and has a web version too. It's not a browser extension, more of a fast app that you can use that's more of the robust option in the market. So you can connect up with Gmail and Outlook accordingly, and it works alone on a standalone app. But this one is probably those designed who are using a keyboard. It's fast and really responsive and gets through your inbox really fast once you learn all the keyboard shortcuts, which actually doesn't take too long. More recently, they've added things like calendar and talkback abilities, allowing you to use your voice to respond to emails. The starter plan is $30 a month, and there is a business plan for $40. If you go annual, it's slightly cheaper. I believe below you'll be able to get 1 month free with us. The starter plan gives you some basic AI abilities, but the professional, the business plan gives you much, much more. For example, you can use the auto draft responder to help prepare emails for you, and the Ask AI search as well to find the right email really quickly. Personally, I love that emails are tagged for you automatically as you go in. That's a massive time saver for me. Who is this one best for? It's probably ones who are like the fact that you get an app dedicated to it and want something fast, but also want AI capabilities built in a structured fashion. I personally find it a bit more of a safe option than some of the other options, and that's why it's my go-to email tool. So the next one's called Howie, and I constantly see this one popping up in my inbox, mainly because it has an AI meeting scheduler, but we'll talk about that in a mo. So this one, when you go on its website, sort of feels a bit like a clothing brand. It's got a very brand quirky style to it, and it's what they describe as an EA in your inbox, an executive assistant. This one acts as a scheduling assistant though, and you can just CC it inside of a thread and it will start to organize the meeting with the other person, and it does it conversationally, which is going to save you a big amount of time. It'll do all the painful stuff like, for example, when the meeting is actually planned, then it will send the invites out and do the back-to-back, and if the person wants to change that time as well, it can handle that for you too. This one can be plugged into any email client and primarily does that aspect of it. So if meetings are quite an important part of your day, then this one might be a huge time saver. The standard pricing plans are quite different. There's a $35 per user per month pricing and $145 pricing as well. So here's the breakdown of what that looks like. Obviously, it's subject to change, but of course you get a lot more when it comes to managing it. They do have a free option as well, which I believe limits you to up to 5 meetings. We've managed to get $20 in credit off Howie if you want to play around with it, making the first month a lot cheaper if you don't want to use the free plan. So check it out in the link in the description. Quick question, how many individual subscriptions are you paying for right now on your Mac device? Because there is actually a smarter way. Setapp is a marketplace with hundreds of hand-picked Mac apps. You can buy just the ones you need, or you can get a membership with access to all of them. See, My Mac keeps your system fast, Bartender declutters your menu bar, Al Dente Pro protects your battery, and there's total budget control. You can pick what works for your workflow without overpaying for apps you don't use. Setapp is offering an extended 30-day trial. Links right in the top of the description. Check it out there. So this next one is a lot similar to Fyxer. It's called Jace, and many people are calling it a financially more budget-conscious one on the market. This one is credit-based though, so it's all designed around how many AI credits you use, depending on how aggressively you use the tool. And it can connect up to 8 inboxes in one location and has up to 3 years of chat abilities as well. Now, it's also available primarily through web and has a mobile app too, but it's very similar to Fyxer in nature, helps to auto-triage, auto-respond, and help you to better manage your inbox. The pricing gets a little bit weird. You pay a monthly rate, I believe it's Plus is $25, and that's for up to 2 inboxes, and Pro is $50, but that gets you up to 8 inboxes. Now, you also get credits assigned to that, so once you're out of credits, you do have to continue to add more credits to that in order to continue using the service. So check out the link in the description if you want to get started. So the next option is called Blockit. Now, before we begin, I'm actually an investor in this company. I was part of their Series A funding. It makes me sound very big, but I'm sure I'm very much a drop in the ocean here. They're a fully autonomous AI scheduling agent, and they're very similar to how Howie works. They'll join your inbox. You can CC them. You can CC your Blockit email. And from there, Blockit's going to help you to organize that meeting with that person. I've really tested this one quite aggressively in responding to it, and it does a great job of helping to refine down exactly when to meet. Very similar to what Howie does on the market. You can get free access to it for 5 meetings a month, and then the pricing jumps to $83 per month. There's also another plan which is $395. So this one is much more of the premium option in this list. So just be aware that is much more designed for those who are potentially VCs or those who are taking a lot of meetings a month and just want something to manage it in the background. Next up is SaneBox. Now, this one has been around for so long. It's really weird because people like Ryan Serhant and Tony Robbins use this to organize their inbox. And one of the main reasons why people like it is because it's so plug and playable, if that's a word. It can connect with any IMAP, iCloud, or even Yahoo Mail, because what it does is once you sign in and create an account, it can go into all of those different clients, meaning you can use whatever app you use. So for example, if you want to use Superhuman and SaneBox's backend abilities, then that's a great mix-up for you. So this one's slightly different from the apps I mentioned. It's primarily around quietly cleaning up your inbox so less mess gets on your plate. It will auto-sort low-priority emails, those newsletters, maybe even low-priority items, and put them in folders for you, which means you can open those folders and see the things that have been decluttered out. You can also train it using their AI systems to better analyze what works for you. But they've been in the market for quite some time, so that's good news because obviously if they have honed their algorithm to this, it's going to be better. It's also trained on a lot of history, so that's good news for potentially accuracy and things like that. I used SaneBox for probably like 5 or 6 years, and I didn't find any problem with it micromanaging it. Once I trained it, it actually did a pretty good job of doing that. You can get started with $25 credit thanks to us, and you find it linked below. I believe it's 3 months free if you're a Tool Finder member, so check that out there. So next up is Missive, and this one has great AI abilities, but only if you're in a team. So Missive is a collaborative inbox. It's great for those who are managing support tickets or just want to collaborate when sending or managing or commenting on email. So if your whole work is client orientated, then this could be a great option for you. So you can connect your AI provider with API keys to the Missive AI system. You can set up loads of AI rules and organization-wide instructions as well, and you can set up MCPs as well. So the reason why this is good is because it's so customizable. Missive was always customizable, but the fact that they've added AI capabilities means you can set up what AI works for you best. So if you want a certain support ticket to be managed on a routine basis, something that's very much the same, you can plug and play with SOPs or an organizational-wide instructions, help reply to that email, and help field that overload that comes in as well. So this one's available through Mac, Linux, web, iOS, and Android. It's free for up to 3 users, and then it goes into the paid plans. The paid plans start from, I think, $14, and the AI requires more access. But I believe if you use our link in the description, you may get some AI credits, so check that out there. So next up is one called Shortwave. Now, this one has been on the market for some time, maybe 2 or 3 years, I believe, and it's very similar to Superhuman in many ways. The application plugs in with Gmail, and it has some good AI abilities. You can use AI in your inbox to help organize them. You can use them right with AI, and there's even a calendar assistant on the side to help you book meetings. And I believe they're adding even more AI capabilities. It's available through web, Mac, iOS, and Android, but it's a lot cheaper than the likes of Superhuman. I believe there's a 14-day free trial, and then the starting plan is about $24 per month. Again, find the link in the description if you're interested in getting a better rate. Okay, the next one, and the final one, is called Hey Help. This one is really designed for Gmail users who want to power up their inbox. Benefit to this one is it's probably the most budget conscious out of all of these, because what it allows you to do is buy a lifetime access to it, and then plug in your AI key. Now, for those who use Anthropic or Gemini, it may be able to run it faster and use the Hey Help setup to get going with it, but it will allow you to prepare emails with drafts using your voice, send follow-ups, and also AI scheduling too. If you don't want the lifetime pricing, there is a $20 plan, and that means it's all inclusive. This one is Gmail only, and it's browser-based as well. So check it out in the link in the description. I believe as Toolfinder members, you get a nice heavy discount. So email AI assistants. You're probably wondering to yourself, do I actually need one of these? And let's be fair, if you spend a lot of time in the inbox side of stuff, like myself, like I spend probably 2 hours a day, then it's probably worth considering it. If a lot of your income is associated with managing your inbox, or a lot of stress is associated with it, and you want to be able to reduce that stress, then that's where I think the money speaks, if that makes sense. If you don't see the stress or maybe even the benefits to income, then maybe not worth it. Whilst all of the tools are really good, they do have some trade-offs as well, and I wanted to note them before we end this video. Obviously, although an AI system can help learn the tone of your voice, perfectly draft a reply, sometimes people know that that's been sent through an AI assistant. So I always tend to look at voice capabilities with this. I tend to not use the auto draft functionality, but I use an AI voice typer alongside the email client to be able to draft replies, because I feel that's a human approach to it. But I do think the auto triaging and the ability to find emails a lot faster, a massive time saver for me. So as always, if you're interested in subscribing, please do. It'd be great to have you. And you can check out all the apps that we mentioned in today's video below. Thanks so much to Setapp for sponsoring this video. Please do make sure to have a great week, keep productive, and I'll see you very soon. Cheerio, folks.